Hello, folks. Uh, this is Tom. Let me start out with an old saying. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but not all of the people all of the time. We possibly have been a victim of a great hoax, including myself. And I have a trained eye as an observer, and I try to maintain impartiality, but I was so enraged by the actions of the police department in D.C. that I forgot my training, and possibly someone brought me back to it, and I came up with a completely different scenario with the D.C. shooting, another D.C. shooting, possibly to cover or divert the attention from the D.C. shooting that happened in the Navy Yard. Okay? The D.C. shooting that the provost marshal and what's it called? NICS personnel were murdered trying to take Obama out of office. Well, that's conjecture. We don't know that for fact, right? But this is pretty interesting stuff. A fellow that I know pasted a video of a forensic done on the car that young lady was driving, okay? And there appears to have been someone in the passenger seat. I'm not talking about the baby in the back now. I'm talking about another person. Now, this person is seen going back and forth, and there's actually a side profile. I thought it might have been a shadow. I gave them all of this stuff, so I basically passed this along to somebody that does video interpretation for a living, okay? They are trained, and this is what they do, okay? When I got back the results, it piqued my interest. And then I started to look for deficiencies in the story. They told me that it was authentic and that the young fellow that put that thing together actually did a wonderful job. It was a forward and a reverse situation where you could actually see the person's head bobbing back and forth. Well, okay, that's all well and good. So we know that that was something wrong with it. All right, so I went a little further, and I looked at the things. And you're looking at the car, and the car is going all around and everything. And what do you see? You see switching from camera to camera. Okay, now the stories are, well, they may have gotten the images from cell phones like they had in the past, but unfortunately the resolution of the cameras was all the same, coincidentally. Okay, so I started asking some questions, and I got in touch with some people in D.C., and they said, well, that camera crew was set up on the on the grass. I said, oh, they were. Okay. Well, how did they know to get there? How did they have a response time to get there to film this whole situation? Oh, well, they were there for the drill. Excuse me? Drill? What drill? Oh, nobody seems to mention that there was a drill taking place. And that was the scenario. Okay? Well, okay. So now I've got there's a drill taking place. Isn't it convenient? Okay. Well, still, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. So I started looking with a very suspicious eye at the rest of the videos. Okay. I hope I'm not boring you. I'm not bored with this at all. Now you see these people shooting into the car. You see these police officers shooting into the car. Okay. Well, where were all the bullets stayed in the car? Where were the exit holes? Where's the broken glass? Where's the shredded seats? Okay, before you even go to the car. This car was supposed to have crashed through barricades and everything. Have you ever hit a cardboard box with a new car? It does about $800 worth of damage. You're going to tell me that somebody crashed a barricade and you can't even see damage on the car? Okay, let's go back to the fairy tale about the shooting at the car. So they execute this woman in the car. All right? I'm not happy about that. That's originally what got me so steamed up that I didn't want to deal with it. But I'm going to tell you something. There is no broken glass. There is no blood anywhere, right? As a matter of fact, there is no body. Okay? Well, of course they can have a cover story. They can go to the morgue and somebody who recently passed away, they could put all of the mental history and all that crap and put them at the location and come up with a cover story, because you people fall for it. And I fell for it. But you know what? You don't have a body. Now let's look at the protocol for the police department. Very, very simple. I was a civil servant at one time. I know exactly how all this works. Whenever you have a shooting incident, the police officers have to go for a psychological. They have to go for a blood test. They're put on administrative leave. Okay? Did any of this happen? No. Okay. Whenever somebody shoots an unarmed person, there's an inquest from the district attorney's office for justifiable homicide or homicide. Huh? Was anybody charged? No. Okay. Did anybody notice anybody with the capability to slow the film down or whatever? Did you notice any projectiles coming out of the guns? Or was there any cotton wadding coming out? Because for them to be shooting into that car and to have no holes coming out or whatever, not very likely. Not very likely. So we don't have a body, okay, that they're showing. We don't have a death. We don't have a death notice. We don't have a funeral parlor. We never saw a morgue wagon. Okay? No crime, no body, nothing but a drill. The hoax. Folks, Hollywood has moved to Washington, D.C. Don't buy the hype anymore. Be subject of any image that comes across your television screen, because the same people that run the movies are the same people that are now running your media. Have a great day.